In the month of May, all roads lead to St. Peter's. For 20 years, that was a fairly accurate statement, thanks to the work of the visionary, Carl William Lesch. For 4 decades, Carl Lesch led our school's music and theater programs. Not knowing Carl, and I wish I had a hard time coming up what to say for the presentation of this award. He seemed like a real larger-than-life man, starting a tradition that continues to this day of the high school musical. Talking with his colleagues and former students, all of whom had a Carl Lesch impression that either began or ended with baby in it, you get the feeling that his shows were more than just shows. They were experiences. His work with the St. Peter's Boys Glee Club and the St. Peter's Girls Seton Chorale led him to approach the school about doing a full-length Broadway musical in the spring of 1964, which we know was Oklahoma. And I was speaking with Ed Morand, his assistant musical director and right-hand man for many years, and he said that Carl had the full backing and support of the St. Peter's administration and the Christian Brothers from the beginning. And he would not let St. Peter's nor any other school down. For the next 20 years, whether it was at St. Peter's, More Catholic, Monsignor Farrell, church choir concerts, the Troubadour Men's Choir with their annual Easter engagement at the Waldorf Astoria, Carl's productions were about as close as you could come to professional Broadway theater. He went above and beyond anything that was ever done and made his shows an event for not just the school, but for the entire Staten Island community. Journal ads were the size of a phone book. Orchestra pits were that of a Broadway musical. The proscenium was decorated and adorned with lights, and banners were hung throughout the auditorium. Not to mention the standing room crowds for 2 and sometimes 3 consecutive weeks. And closing night, listen to this, would consist of raffling off a brand new car that would be donated to the school. His productions, back in the 60s and 70s, would raise tens of thousands of dollars for St. Peter's, reaching $70,000 for Hello Dolly in 1971, which is the equivalent of $400,000 in today's time. To say he lived a remarkable life still doesn't do it justice. His life ended much too soon and tragically in 1983. It was during the final dress rehearsal of St. Peter's Carousel where he fell off the stage and passed away 9 weeks later. And it's in Carousel, the last line, spoken line of the show, that Billy Bigelow, the tragic hero, says to Julie Jordan when he comes down from heaven to visit her. He says, "I love you, Julie. Know that I love you." Well, Carl, by all the faces that are here tonight, we still do love you. Please welcome to the stage alumni from the St. Peter's Boys and Girls Theater High Schools and More Catholic High School. They will start with the dancing portion of the West Side Story Jets and Sharks routine.
Lesch would bring some of Broadway's finest to school auditoriums on Staten Island. Here is just a sample.
76 trombone, to the rhythm of rock, 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 all the kids began to rock, and their hearts still right today. As long as he needs me, oh yes he does need me, in spite of what you see, I'm sure it needs me. Who else would
Mind if I steal your vantage point? That's what I want.
when they
Oh, you got the first street down.
He knows I always will, as long as he needs me. If ever I would leave you, it would be in summer, singing in summer, I never would go. Your hair streaked with sunlight, your lips red as flames, your face with a luster that was gold to shade.
Now, Carl was known for picking shows for his larger-than-life leading ladies. One is here tonight to recreate a role performed a generation ago. From 1968's Annie Get Your Gun, Pamela Gorga.
Folks were down where I come from, they had learning. Still they're happy as can be, doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes naturally. Folks like us could never fuss with schools and books and learning. Still we've gone from A to Z, doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes naturally. You don't have to know how to read or write when you're out with the fella in the pale moonlight. You don't have to look in a book to find what he thinks of the woman is on his mind. That comes naturally. Once in love with Amy, always in love with Amy. Never sweet little romancer, trouble is the answer, will ye? Let Amy rather stay in love with
The spring musical at St. Peter's in May 1983 was Rodgers and Hammerstein's masterpiece, Carousel. During the last rehearsal, Carl fell from the stage and wound up in the hospital. He passed away that summer, leaving a legacy in just a generation of musical work that few individuals attain over their entire lifetime. The lessons Carl taught and the pride he made everyone feel in their work lives on in his students, and it has been passed down to the younger generation. Even though Carl is no longer with us, his spirit lives on in the work he loved, and we know will truly never be alone.
At the end of the storm,
Carl Lesch is the first to receive, and I can't think of anybody who is more deserving to receive the Educator of the Arts Award. And so we make sure that his name and his memory lives on in the arts and on Staten Island for years to come. This award will be renamed the Carl William Lesch Memorial Award for Educator of the Arts. It is my honor to present this award to one of the most lovely ladies you'll ever meet, Carl's beloved sister, Helen Lesch Seube.
Sincere thanks to the Minty Organization, to Michael Pinto, and to all who have done so much to create this wonderful evening. In remembrance of the high school theater performances, Carl Lesch was a very special and talented person who created musical theater throughout the island high schools. He left us many wonderful and happy memories, and we were very fortunate to have him in our lives. Thank you.
The Minty Organization for the Performing Arts posthumously bestows on Carl William Lesch the Educator of the Arts Award for his role as the founding father of Staten Island High School Theater.